Our first box break on Wrestling Cards Unabridged. We have 6 boxes of 2011 Slam Attax Rumble. We're just going to do 1 box on each video. And there's 50 packs per box. I don't know how many cards you get per pack. There's possible autographs. Well, obviously that would be the big hit. Kind of looking at the checklist, I would think someone like AJ Lee would be the biggest hit. So here we open the box and we get a poster right off the bat. You'll have to bear with me because I'm the first time I've ever done a box break, and so I might not have the camera always in the exact right spot. But I was really curious about the set because I didn't know a lot about it. And so here you get 50 packs like this, and we'll go through them each individually. If you're watching this box break, you're probably as interested in breaks as I am. So let's see what we got. First pack, you get a like a gaming card in each one. It looks like you get four cards and a foil. I don't know if you get a foil every pack. Our first foil is Tag Team Championship. Gold Dust, Ricardo Rodriguez, Earthquake, Jake the Snake. So unless the belt is definitely the highlight of that pack. Pack number 2. These packs rip really easily. It's going to be hard to save the wrappers, but I guess that's okay. This looks like another foil, so maybe you get 1 foil per pack. Kane, Junkyard Dog, Daniel Bryan, Big Bossman there. Oh, there's a foil champion. They must have been the tag team champions of the belt. That's a kind of a cool card. I mean, there's not a lot of Gabriel Slater dual cards out there, and that one's foil. These foil cards are kind of cool. Pack number 3. I'll try to get it so I'm showing you the cards right side up, I think. Actually, I don't think it's any. There's one of the. I think that's one of the best hits in the box. AJ right there. Those cards always sell good. You have another dual card. This one's not foil, of Yoshitatsu and Henry. I don't think. It seems like they kind of go up and down. Another champ. This is a different. This is the other. So yeah, it appears 1 foil card per box. No autographs yet so far, but if you end up with 50 foil cards, it's not going to be a bad investment. Bobby Heenan, always one of my favorites. That's not, I mean, it's not one of the biggest hits of the box, but Hillbilly Jim. So we get a lot of 80s stars. I Stone Cold and Vader, and no, this time you don't get a foil card. You get a pay-per-view Royal Rumble card. Pay-per-view Royal Rumble. It's not numbered, so that one actually seems more rare than the foil cards, even though it doesn't, like the look of the card isn't that exciting, but if it's rare, then it's probably even better. And this, I believe the checklist was a huge, I think it was over 200 cards, if I'm not mistaken. Nikki Bella. Yeah, the cards just come up and down, so there's no really one right way to. Here's a table that's not a foil of any kind, because it's a foil card. This one is a Sin Cara finishing or signature move. I guess I would call it a finishing move, but yeah, signature move of Sin Cara Moonsault Side Slam. So that one looks like it's got some points to it, and it's got more points. Looks like it's even worth more points than the Diesel and stuff like that. So we've had belts and we've had signature move cards, and then the one we just got was a Royal Rumble that wasn't foil. Edge. But here's a non-foil Capital Punishment pay-per-view. So if it's anything like the last one, I mean, maybe there's just foils and non-foils, or maybe there's like parallels. Roddy Piper, there's Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, there's a good hit right there. John Cena. This is a champion card. Let's see if I can put that out there correctly. John Cena champion. So that's better than the finishing move, and that's a foil card. It looks the same on the back actually. So it's just. And we are getting these at 1 foil a pack. There are autographs. I don't know how rare or unrare those would be. Booker T, Road Warriors, IRS, Michael Cole, and this one's an Ezekiel Jackson finishing move. So I'm guessing for the foil cards, you just want to get people like Cena, Austin. Obviously, rock cards would always be good. We haven't seen a rock card in this set. I still think AJ Lee might be the hit of the set for regular cards, so maybe if we find one of her in a foil. There's a Hell in a Cell match. Jey Uso, and okay, here's one where we did not get a foil card, but but we got a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, so it feels like those are not good packs. I mean, we'll have to see what they're all left at the end, but it feels like that is not a good pack when you get a Hell in the Cell regular card, because one of those, we got like one of those earlier pay-per-view regular card. I think that was just a missed pack, honestly. I think you were supposed to get something maybe a little better than that one, but we'll learn, obviously, as we go along. Here we have the no disqualification, so this is different. This one might be the hit of the pack once again, even though I think there was other ones like that. Rosa Mendez. I have no idea whatever happened to her. She got a little bit of a push for a while. Another one, this one's a false count anyway, so we got two different kinds of matches this time. Yeah, and this one we're not going to get. So foil cards are not one per pack. They were coming a little early, but not anymore. So that actually might make the foil card worth a little bit more than you would think it would be. Here we have Byron Saxton, back when he was in NXT. Then we have the steel cage match. Melina. Okay, the last time we're going to get just a generic pay-per-view card, but this is a game, collectible trading card game, so you might be these could be part of the game. I mean, you're supposed to be buying these for the game, not for the collectability of it. So it's not like, so if this card could be a huge card in the game, it could help you get started or something. Kind of like this one too, as we have the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know if these foil cards come across. I'm sure there's some shine to them. But a Money in the Bank briefcase card. Looks like WrestleMania 27. And once again, these foil cards are just normal and back. So they're just probably part of the game. It'd be a shame. I'm sure there are a lot of kids that were playing these and getting the good cards all dinged up at the corners. And obviously, as collectors, you can't do that. So, okay, on this one, I got I think I got one of these earlier. So I got a pamphlet. Caitlyn, at the time, I mean, she was a great pull at one time. I would still call it a great pull because I think her cards would still sell okay. And then you just go to the regular Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but that's actually different than the briefcase we had earlier. Brodus Clay, he's, I believe, on some of the news stations now. Alberto Del Rio, this is 2011. And yes, I think that's going to be Alberto Del Rio's rookie, so that's probably a hit. And then no foil card, and once again we just get a pay-per-view card. So I am guessing that foil cards are more random, and pay-per-view cards are just something you get if you're not. Hey, there's a regular Cena. We had a foil of him before, but that's got to be a good one. There's definitely a John Cena collection. So the Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, I mean, a great, and actually a pretty popular legend. Unfortunately, legends like this never sell great, so it's not like that's a great one. Like Triple H would sell better than him, because Triple H has a little bit more of a modern appeal. Here we have another Survivor Series pack. I do see a foil card coming up behind it, so let's see what that is. Another signature move. This is Eve's Moonsault. That's a good hit right there. Eve has always been popular. And to get her Moonsault foil card is definitely a win. Still no autographs so far. We got another booklet. I think those are just random. They probably just have a few in each box so people can play. Like I said, people can play the game. Terry Funk. Now there's a classic legend, but that's not a hit by any means, even though it's fun to get some of these old legends. Like I got two. Kind of went fast through those, I'm sorry, because I found two things at the end that we haven't seen. We have kendo sticks and handcuffs. So they decided, like, whoever got this pack is going to be able to have an extreme match of some kind. And they kind of came together. So yeah, it's kind of fun to think about, like, if you were, and I mean, I'm sure adults played the game too, but you were playing the game and all of a sudden, hey, I need those for my game more than you care about that. They're not collectible, but I would like to get the whole set too. So it's nice to get at least one of everything. Jim Ross, Batista, Brie Bella. We got both Bella sisters now, which is exciting. Here we have a steel pipe. So this box is getting more extreme as we go through it. And here's a champion, a great Khali. Oh, I know there's some people. like people hated the fact that he was a champion. I actually enjoyed him as champion. I wasn't ever the hugest Great Khali fan. I actually met him, I believe, 3 or 4 times, and every time he's a knight, and that made him a lot better in my book because he was always really nice. I mean, he had a little bit of a language barrier, and his autograph isn't great, but his autograph is pretty much just Khali printed, but it's kind of cool because it's very unique, and I thought for being large and from a different country, he was very hospitable and nice. I enjoyed the opportunities to meet him, and so he's became a much bigger fan than I probably was of just his wrestling. Here we have John Morrison and The Miz. I wonder if those together were supposed to be like that. David Otunga here. And here's another, oh, I didn't even see that one. Oh, the Cobra, Santino Marella. This would have been about the time he was pretty popular. So far, still just foils, no autographs, but a lot of cool foil cards. We've got one AJ Lee too far. I still think she's the hit of the box at this point. Maybe like some of those more popular like Stone Colds and Austin foils. We continue the extreme theme with crutches. Kurt Hawkins and Jimmy Uso. That was not a very good pack overall. But yeah, I would say the AJ Lee is probably going to be the best-selling, at least, base card. We'll have to see what other things we can get for foils. And yeah, obviously. And the extremeness continues with a trash can. So, we're really, and here we go with a ring bell. So it seems like they just have lots of props. And here we have another belt. This is the World Heavyweight Champion. That's probably one of the nicer belt cards, and it's nice to... I have no idea how much these belt cards are going to sell. I mean, I don't think... They're kind of cool, but it's hard because, I mean, I don't think people collect belt cards, but at the same time, they're kind of unique in the fact that you don't have a lot of them, and here's just a belt card of the World Champion. It's a foil, so it's an insert as well. So I would say it's going to be kind of nice. It's just... I think you're going to get your... Well, you might get some autograph collectors for this set if they pull the autographs. I don't think autographs are that easy to pull, obviously. You're going to get some set collectors who might just want like an entire set, and maybe the entire base set, the entire foil, like almost like a master set, or maybe a master set minus the autos, depending on how hard those are. And then you have your individual collectors, and that's why someone like AJ Lee, I think, would come in, but maybe some of these... But that's the thing, I don't think anyone's like, oh, I'm collecting cards of belts. Actually, it would be kind of... Maybe we need someone new. Here we have... That's our second Daniel Bryan we've hit. Here's the WrestleMania 27 pay-per-view, so that's... And that would make sense because I believe these are 2011, so that would be the right year. And here we have a Wade Barrett. So that's actually... He would have 2010 cards, so it wouldn't quite be his rookie year. Actually, we're pretty close to Daniel Bryan's rookie, but I believe that'd be 2010 too, at least from the WWE standpoint. And of course, he had a couple earlier cards. Jerry the King Lawler. The one nice thing about a lot of different casket match is there hasn't been a lot of duplications, but there's our second AJ Lee. I guess so. If you're going to get a duplicate early, that's a good one to get. It's 2 AJs now in this box, and we got his signature move last pack, and now we have the Wade Barrett finishing move. That would have been... I like Wade Barrett. I know he's back on NXT, but that would have been a lot better pull in 2011 than it is today. He would have been a lot hotter of an item there. Hey, I didn't realize there was going to be a Trish Stratus. That's a good pull. There's collectors of her out there in the world. Jimmy Superfly Snook. Here's someone who should get more love because great wrestler, but just... Those 80s wrestlers just aren't. There's our second Stone Cold. Chris Masters. And Mark Henry, World's Strongest Slam. Another foil. So, the foils do come a lot. I don't think... They don't seem to be parallels at this point, but then we did see... At least one here. We have another booklet, and we have... Barry Windham. Drew McIntyre... Man, back then that would have been a common, and now that's a little better now. Vader, IRS, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Bray Wyatt's dad. And Cody Rhodes' dad. And, I don't know if any of his, but he's related to Mike Rotundo, and so that's kind of interesting. Raja Singh. Probably Kali's translator at that time, and I know he worked backstage too. Christian. Sheamus. Ezekiel Jackson. We're getting foil. A Chris Masters masterpiece. So far, our AJ Lee count's been 2. We got another there. And there we have Gail Kim. So this is when she came back to WWE between her TNA stints for a little cup of coffee. And from all reports, I don't think she was happy. And that's why she went back to TNA. And so she doesn't have a lot of WWE cards. She's got some earlier ones in the Diva set. So that's kind of cool to get one in this set. Tyler Rex. Elimination Chamber, so we have another, that's a non-foil pay-per-view. Alicia Fox. I believe she's still with the company. And hey, we had the Mark Henry's Worlds. We've been doing that a lot. We got the base champion card of Mark Henry, probably the ECW champion at the card. I like that card. I mean, I'm okay on Mark Henry. I'm not the world's biggest fan, but not the world's, I mean, I don't have anything, he's okay. I mean, sometimes I've been entertained by him before, but I really like this card. I think that's a really neat card. Here we have Stretcher Match. So for some reason, this is the only card, and now we've seen the base and the foil of it. It's just it's a tag team, and that's the only tag team card I believe we've seen so far, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't even seen like a manager and somebody yet. Darren Young, so just fresh out of NXT. Lucky Cannon. So there's the new NXT. He didn't last very long. That's kind of, so he doesn't have many cards. I'm trying to think. I am not picturing a Lucky Cannon card from the Platinum set, which is where they had those second-year NXT guys. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I cannot picture Lucky Cannon. He must have been, this might be Lucky Cannon's only card, which is kind of cool then. And we have the John Morrison Starship Pain foil card. So once again, we're getting the foils almost one a pack, but there are some, definitely more than one every 2 packs, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. Jinder Mahal, Sledgehammer. It's more reminds me of Triple H than an Extreme match. Second Brodus Clay we've got. Oh, we talked about it last pack. Here we go. Kane and Big Show. So there's another tag. So it must have been a tag team, and it must be just a very few tag teams that they decided to put together. And hey, there's a really nice card. Crossroads, Cody Rhodes. With how much? I mean, this is a lot better pulled now than it was 10 years ago when. But because Crossroads, that's a foil card of Cody Rhodes. That's one of the better cards you could get, I would assume, at this point. I have not seen any rocks in this set yet, unfortunately, and I was kind of hoping we would see some rocks. I'm not sure. We have Wade Barrett, Vladimir Kozlov, Sin Cara, and another one. This time it's Zack Ryder and Primo. Does anyone remember them being together? Because I'm sorry, I don't. I thought it was Primo and Epico, and I don't remember who Zack Ryder was with at the time. And then Table, so no foil that time either. Trying to get these open without damaging them. Kind of got stuck in that one. Here we have the SummerSlam pay-per-view non-foil. Actually, those are kind of, I mean, I'm honestly thinking a set, those are going to be kind of nice. I mean, just looking at that, and I think it's kind of cool. There we have Kelly Kelly. Triple H, I believe we've seen him before. Randy Orton. You got some stars. JTG. I think Kelly Kelly would still hold a little value. She's one of the divas that's always stayed popular. And I'm seeing foil at the end of this one. Excited about that. Here we have an I Quit match, and that looks like Randy Orton down. Second Gary the King Law. So now we are getting into a little more duplication. Second Brie Bella. Jack Corpella. And we have the tomb. There is a nice Undertaker tombstone. I don't even think we've gotten an Undertaker base yet. But Undertaker tombstone. Natalia. Here's the pay-per-view Clash of the Champ. Or no, this is Night of Champions. Makes more sense. Another Miz card. Mason Ryan, he was NXT for a little while. He didn't last very long. And there's our Kane foil card. I hope these foil cards are coming out okay on the camera. Just, it's sometimes hard to tell exactly how they're doing. I definitely don't want to ding them up, so I'm trying to do both things at the same time. So yeah, you get a few of those, but they don't count as cards from the looks of it. No, they don't, because you still are getting the 5. Dolph Ziggler, he just won the NXT. That's when someday in a year from now, when we're filming this, last week he won the NXT title. And so I wonder what's going to happen with that run. With that, we said we didn't see. There's our base Undertaker, Second Sergeant Slaughter, and here we have the Miz Skull Crushing Finale. And finally, we get a Rock card. I've been hoping for one of those, and I thought he was in the set because I looked at the checklist, but I didn't write down everything, and I was kind of paying attention. So I'd love to see a Rock foil card of some kind, because those cards are very nice. Greg Valentine, Earthquake, Jake the Snake, and then you get Sheamus. That's kind of like the Mark Henry foil. That's kind of a cool. I like those just very close-up face foil cards. Those are going to be nice. We have Primo. We have the Elimination Chamber match. That's the second Crutches we've seen. So those, yeah, they do have some weapon cards. David Hart Smith. And here we have the belt. I mean, the more I get these belt cards, the more I'm kind of they're starting to grow on me a little bit. This is the WWE Championship Champions. It's just kind of cool. Yep, there's a foil card, so it's an insert. It doesn't look any different from the back. And there's no, like, points on it or anything, so it must be some way that you would like capture the belt, and then so you're holding the belt in your collectible card game player hand or whatever. So I'll have to read the rules eventually of this. I don't plan on ever playing, but maybe if you put them in top loaders, you could play. But I'm more of a card collector than a need. But it would be interesting to see what these cards do. And I mean, because if these belt cards are like really good at the game, they're probably a little more valuable overall from price-wise. And you obviously can have extreme matches, because that's about the 5th or 6th different extreme instrument. Oh, I love this card. Cowboy Bob Orton. And you notice anything unique about it? He's wearing the pink cowboy hat. For some of my younger fans or the people that aren't into the 80s wrestling, that's probably not going to mean much, but that was after he turned on Roddy Piper. So Roddy Piper actually turned good, and Cowboy Bob Orton joined Adrian Adonis's stable and was against Piper. And so that's in the pink hat, and it was kind of like, yeah. Sheamus guitar. And here we have another Vladimir Kozlov and Santino Marella. So we've had a few tag team cards. Another Santino Marella, this time solo. Lumberjack match. I'm guessing those don't have numbers. The Lumberjack match doesn't have numbers on it either. So somehow you probably select that's the kind of match we're having, and that probably affects numbers of the card then. And yeah, they seem to have a little issue with like sometimes distribution, because like a lot of times you do get like 2 of these right in a row and a chair. So you got like 2 matches and then a chair. You didn't even get any wrestlers in this pack. But here's definitely one of the better hits of the box. The John Cena Attitude Adjuster. Any John Cena foil card is going to go pretty well. Especially these aren't the easiest cards to find, I know, and so I know there's some John Cena collectors out there, and this would probably be a harder John Cena to get. I mean, you're not talking like huge dollars, but you're talking enough for if the collectors want, and they're harder to find. Rosa Mendez, we had her earlier. We had the no disqualification match first. We have a beat the clock match, so not 2 packs in a row where we've gotten doubles. And then we have the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So this time we get the John Morrison regular champion card. Once again, I really like that card. And he's really giving you the steer on that one. So I mean, we're getting, I don't know how many we have. I think we still have a few left, but what I'm actually liking this set for what it is. And so, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, there's another great legend that's, the card's not worth anything compared to how good he was. Papa Shango would become the Godfather. Yeah, that's the Godfather. And so, more known as that. You'd have to go back to his Papa Shango days. Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. This is Curtis Axel. This was when he was Michael McGillicuddy. That's probably a rookie, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I like this card, even though, I mean, it's not going to be one hot. It's a foil, but I love the Slammies. This would be, I love the old school Slammies, like 86 and 87, with the more focused on the music. I love the new school Slammies. I loved it, like when Owen Hart was doing his thing with the Slammies, and that's just a cool card. I think this is the only set that I've ever seen that I'm pretty sure a different Slam Attax has a Slammy card in it, but I think that's the only time you get to. That might be the only Slammy insert card ever, and now it's part of my collection, so that's kind of cool. Talk about another great. This one actually might have. I mean, it's not going to hold a ton of value, but there might be a couple of Ravishing Rick Rude collectors out there. Beth Phoenix, Darren Young. So now we're getting some duplication. This is the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I don't think we've had that one yet. And Christian Cage, and once again, I love these every time. I mean, so they do not do these profile shots up close. Really cool. Terry Funk. Ironically, in the mail today, I just got a picture of Terry Funk as well for a totally different order. Nothing to do with card collecting, but kind of interesting. One I like Terry Funk. One of my favorites. Here's Shawn Michaels. Hey, this is we've seen both Bella Twins. I think we've even seen two Nickies. Now you get a Bella Twins together. That's kind of cool, actually. So I'm trying to think. This is definitely, I think, the first Bella Twins card ever. I'm trying to think. Maybe you guys can help me. Are there how many Bella Twins cards I can always see Nikki Bella and I can see Brie Bella in a card, and you may possibly like an action shot or something. Probably Bella Twin cards out there. There might be. I'm almost thinking maybe like you have to maybe search Raw Deal or something and get them out of the games again. But that's kind of a cool card then, and I love cards like that. And then, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a Del Real rookie. That wasn't a bad pack. Yeah, do the Bella Twins have more cards of them together? The Great Khali, we told a story about him earlier. Ladder, I believe I don't think I've seen that one yet, so yeah. Sin Cara, we got his finishing move earlier as well. Oh, one of my all-time favorite legends, Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff. Once again, the card has no value, but it's a good card for me. And we have the United States. These belt cards are awesome. So I don't know how to judge it so far. Obviously, it'd be nice to get an autograph, and I know that's kind of hard to do, but hey, I remember seeing her in the set, and she does have the 2011 Topps card, so this isn't the only, but Awesome Kong is what she's more known as, but very nice card. I've gotten a chance to talk to her a few times, and like even in a more of like a banquet setting, and she's so soft-spoken and kind. It throws you off because her character's so mean and dominating, and she's really, I really have enjoyed her personality. So always a big fan. It's a shame that she doesn't. I thought she maybe could have had a little bit more career, but I know that she had other stuff going on in life too. So, but she was great. Here we have the Undertaker, Tyson Kidd as the last card. We still only have one Rock card total. Nothing, no foiled Rock yet either. Wouldn't mind seeing another one of those. Eve, we had the Eve foil early. I think this is the first Eve base we've gotten on its own. I'm kind of, how many other cards are you going to have of a WWE microphone? Matt Stryker, one of my favorite people in the business. So always good to see a card of him. And here we have the WWE Championship. Don't know if that's the one. I think we had the World Championship before, and this is the spinner belt. So we're kind of getting one of every champion. There doesn't seem to be, I mean, it does seem to be more random. I mean, you do have some bad distribution things, but I don't think it's like, I don't think you're supposed to get every belt in each pack, in each box. We have a TLC match. Maurice, first time we've seen her. That's a little better hit because her cards sell pretty good. Here we have McGillicuddy and David Otunga. So two NXT, but one newer NXT and an older NXT. I believe maybe Otunga was still working with the new NXT. I'd have to go back to 2011 and check that out. Hornswoggle. Randy Orton, the Viper. Another one of those. I'm not going to ever argue about getting a profile shot like that. Those are just nice. I can see those are, I mean, that's probably your, like the character you're playing in the game is when you have one of those. And so I can kind of see why they make them like that profile shot. I think they make really neat cards because there's something a little different than your normal card. William Regal. Iron Sheik. Vicky Guerrero. Connor O'Brien. Oh, that's going to be, I don't recognize him at all, but that's, I believe, one of the Ascension. Connor from the Ascension. That would make more sense. I didn't ever give him a last name. And the Randy Orton signature move, the RKO. So actually, that probably is the Ascension rookie card of the one guy. Justin Gabriel. British Bulldog. R-Truth. Kofi Kingston. And that's our second handcuffs, and no foil that pack. Let's go down to about maybe 7 or 8 from the fields of it. Here we have Byron Saxton, the second one of him. JBL would not be happy. Steel cage match. Paul Bearer, there's a legend. That's our second Michael Cole. Here we have Triple H's pedigree. I'm not sure if that's the second one of those we've seen or not, but always nice to get the foil cards. It's kind of nice to see how often the foil cards come, because then it's like you kind of have an idea, so you should know how much you want to bid. I believe that's our third Nikki Bella. Not complaining. Love both of the Bella twins. And then plus you have the one that with them together then on top of that. Diesel. Oh, I like this card. Gorilla Monsoon. He doesn't have a lot of cards. You'd have to go 90 Classic. You'd go either the 89 or the 90... I'm going to call them superstars out of the ones that came from New Zealand. I know... I call them superstars. I don't know if there's a more official... I'm sure there's a more official name for them. But I believe he's got a card in one of the... And I couldn't even tell you what series of set he was in from that. And the 90 Classic, I'm thinking. I don't think he's got one like the action-packed... And I don't think, no, because he passed away then before like the superstars in the late 90s came out. So that might be it for Gorilla Monsoon. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad they brought him back. I obviously probably might have a raw deal card or something too, or another collectible card game card. And here we have Vladimir Kozlov set a chance. No, that's a signature move. The Iron Curtain. I don't know what happened to him. I've never seen him since he's left. Not sure if he's wrestling someplace or not. Probably something I need to look up later to find out just out of curiosity. Edge. Capital Punishment. That was, I believe, only a 1-year pay-per-view. They never used that name again. Dean Malenko. Second ring bell and a Big Boss Man. He needs the handcuffs card, obviously. Gold Dust. I believe that's a first. Ricardo Rodriguez. I think we got one of him in the very first pack, if I remember. Here's a announcer's table. If you're going hardcore, you definitely need an announcer's table. Layla. Actually, I don't think we've seen a Michelle McCool yet either in this. Michelle. I think Layla stayed a little longer than Michelle, so I'm not sure if Michelle McCool here. And here we have Evan Bourne, Airborne. Nothing personal against Evan Bourne. He's a nice guy and got even some really cool moves, but I know his cards have never been big sellers, so it's one of the probably lower foil cards you can get, but that's kind of cool. We have the ambulance match. I mean, there's just so much uniqueness. Yokozuna, talk about unique. If you remember him, otherwise, if you've never seen Yokozuna, you got to go back and check out. I'm sure the network has some matches. You're talking, I think, 93, 94. Let's see, because well, WrestleMania 9, he was in the main event, and that night, WrestleMania 9 would be 93. So, yeah. Coco Beware. Melina, and a pay-per-view Vengeance. Okay, had a couple now. This is our last pack. Let's hope, well, would love to get an autograph, but hope if nothing else we get a foil card out of it. Cody Rhodes. Steel Steps, that's new. So when we're getting new cards, we might not have gotten an entire set in this box, obviously. Scott Sanford, I believe, is new. There is a foil card. A Fire Extinguisher, there's a new Extreme item. And the last card we're going to get is a Dolph Ziggler Zigzag Signature Move. Pretty cool card. And he, like I said, this is the week. So if you want to put a time, because I don't know how fast this is even going to get uploaded right now. But he just won the NXT title last week, and so that's where we are opening these. And well, I'm glad that you joined me. If you stuck around till the end, it's kind of fun. I love watching other people open wrestling cards of any kind, and especially stuff that might be a little bit more rare and not know about. So this was one box. We have more boxes. We're not going to open any more right this today, but probably in the future we have lots of. Actually, I think I have about 15 boxes of different wrestling right now, and I'm going to slowly do these as part of the channel, but kind of spread them out a little bit until I get new. I mean, I haven't opened a lot of wrestling boxes in my life, but thanks for joining. Hey, please subscribe if you want to see more things wrestling cards now, especially. Going to be one of the new features of the channel, and we'll do some more box breaks and leave comments about anything that you want to. I love hearing what you guys have to say. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.